Hey guys, it's me Blaine back with another video about how to set goals in your 20s and 30s. I hope this is helpful and I hope you get that big money. Let's get into it. So I'm sorry if I look like trash and I sound like trash. I'm super sick right now, or not super sick, but I'm sick right now. And yeah, I'm filming this video still because I have to pass my business class. So that's what this is for. So in today's day and age, people who are buying houses are dirt poor, like super dirt poor, or like the majority of them. The millennials have terrible financial like knowledge or whatever, and they spend their money on stuff like plants and weed, and that's it. And it doesn't help, and then they can't buy a house at 20, or they can't buy a house until they're 45, and their careers are trash. That's besides the point. I'm here to help you not be like them and you have some big money. There's a few things that really help you for the future and to create wealth now while you're young, because it builds up over time. Everyone wants their things now here in my hand, and it doesn't happen like that. You need time for things to grow and develop. And a great example of that is dividend investing. So dividend investing is where you put your money into a company, and it's gonna each of its quarterly earnings is gonna pay out to you. So if the company makes $10 billion over over what they thought they were gonna make and what they needed to spend, then they're gonna give that money out to their investors and their shareholders, so you get a payout. It's usually like $3, $4. It can be up to $7, $8, but it's usually pretty low. And that's for every $100 that you spend. So you're gonna need a lot of money into it to be able to have a really good dividend investment account. But it's essentially free money as long as the dividend company has a solid footing and works towards better goals. Companies like 3M have paid out their dividends for the past like 60, 70 years. So it's got a good footing, and it's gonna be able to pay you out your dividends and make you a lot of money while you're in your 20s and 30s. It's good to reinvest your dividends. So you buy a $100 stock, and each and every quarter that $3, $4 is gonna go back into your account, making you more money, paying you more dividends. So it's like an exponential growth kind of theory. It'll take time to build a lot of money and a lot of wealth, but then by the time you're in your 60s, you got like a really good solid dividend account. You're making $50,000. You're making like 20, 30 grand a year on dividends, and that's a really good payout. Yeah, you gotta have like 1.5 million by that time, but it's exponential, so it grows fast. Another good thing would be a 401k to start. 401ks are they set your money, you put money into a bank account. It has a really good return, and it's for your retirement. So by the time you retire, they pay out that money to you, and you have a big sum of money in there that has had a really good interest rate. And then they pay that out to you, and you can take that over time, or you can take it all at once. It really just depends. Those are really beneficial if you don't like the risk of investing or dividend investing. I wouldn't suggest those because I think that they kind of waste your money. Your money can be earning like 25%. It can be earning some really crazy interest if you put it in and really try hard to build that interest. And they only do like 3 or 4. It really depends. I think it's 3 or 4. I don't know. Things that I would say: don't spend your money on big, huge things. Don't go out and buy that brand new Mercedes in your 20s because you want to look swaggy. Don't buy things like Off-Whites. Huge waste of money. I think, but you know, it's not terrible to treat yourself. You can go out to dinner if you make that much money. Because those, you know, you can go out and spend $70,000 on designer clothes and then you can't afford a house. Like, that really sucks. You make sure that you have a decent job. Don't get stuck at one company doing the same. You know, don't get stuck pushing papers, because that really sucks for you. Sucks, like, you know, it sucks to push paper, and it also sucks. Usually it sucks to money-wise. Make sure that you always have goals. Always have goals. Set yourself goals. You know, if you don't have dreams, you're not gonna get anywhere. If you get where your goals were, then make more. Go above and beyond what you thought that you could do. It's always beneficial to have those goals, and because you can get stuck and instead of working to live, you live to work, and you just work 24/7, and you don't, you know, it really sucks. Start saving really, really young as you can. Like, I know, I'm in high school and I see people in where I, you know, like, they have jobs and they spend every single dollar that they earn, and then they have no money and they complain about being poor. Like, you have to save and spend. Rich people don't spend their money. Like, you know, like, you don't spend your money by being rich. Or to be rich, you don't spend your money. And that's like the mindset you gotta have. Like, you just can't be doing that stuff. And like spending money like every day, that's not good, not bueno. You gotta spend your money on things that really count, like gas and groceries. Try not to eat out, that really sucks. More goals. Try to get for your house. So you're trying to buy a house. Try to put the biggest down payment you possibly can. So, you know, if you have to bike to work, that's for a month, like, that'll be better than, or sell your brand new Mercedes to go buy a house. Like, that's a okay financial decision, because the more you put down on your house, the better your mortgage payment's gonna be, and the more money you're gonna have back in your bank account. So if you so you say you're renting, you're spending $2,500 a month, or not, yeah, $2,500 a month on a 3-4 bedroom house. That money you're just throwing away, basically. You're not getting that money back. That money's gone forever. You're giving that money off to another person, and that's not good. So if you get like $60,000 saved, don't take it out of your dividends, but if you got like $60,000 saved, put that into a house and then pay your mortgage that's, you know, $2,000 or whatever, and you can pay off more. You know, if you have a $2,000 mortgage, you can pay $2,500 and it'll just pay off faster. That's a good idea, but really try to get the lowest mortgage that you can get, because it'll pay off better, and then you'll have more money later in your life and it'll be better. Don't give away your money, just don't. My grandparents gave away a ton of money to their kids all the time, and now they're got like some financial issues, so that really sucks. It's not a good idea. Make sure that you don't have kids. I mean, if you really want to have kids, but like, kids are a huge waste of money. They just, you know, kids, like, the first year they said it's like $15,000 for a newborn, which is insane. That is crazy. Yeah, if you wanna have a lot of money, don't have kids. It's a huge waste of money. Don't buy like the worst of things. So if you're buying a car, don't buy a car that's always gonna break down on you. Buy something that's like okay quality, that'll last. So I'm saying pay more for quality, kind of. Don't go out and buy the most expensive, most reliable car, because that's kind of a waste of money. Buy like a 20-year-old Corolla, like, whatever. You just drive it. That's all it is, transportation. Try to live like on the cheap if you wanna have good wealth. Like, yeah, and day trading is also a really good idea if you want to have a lot of good growth. And yeah, just try to really penny pinch on every corner, but not, not like to the extent that you're like bathing in your kid's old bathwater. Like that's not good. Just try to be smart about your money. Usually investing and like day trading and government bonds, those are really good ideas. If you use those, if you don't want to have a lot of risk, government bonds, index funds, those are all really good. But make sure that you you can't just dump all your money into one thing. You gotta have your toes in each and every part of the water to be able to have that good growth. Don't go into debt. Do not go into debt. It's not that hard to not go into debt, other than school loans. Like I understand that if you may not have that much money, but yeah, try to have a low house payment, and that should be your only debt. If you rack up credit card bills, like you're going out, spending like nobody's business. That's horrible. That can just destroy your life. If you're a horrible driver, pay off your tickets. If you've got a kid, pay off your child support. Like it's not a good idea to have that. That can really mess up your life. It's terrible, and prevent having to live paycheck to paycheck. That stuff really sucks. It can really hurt you if you're living paycheck to paycheck. Always save. These are just some of the things. You always have to save. You have that emergency fund. You gotta cut costs. You have to have little to no debt. Pay off your mortgage. Don't have a car loan. Buy an old car. It's not that hard. Yeah, just don't live lavishly if you're not lavish. Like that's what I see people doing. They have a set way of life that their parents brought them up as, and they think that they can continue that lifestyle because that's what they've grown up on or whatever, and they think their parents are gonna baby them. But it's not. If you're doing it by yourself, you can't. Like it's just dumb to waste money. It's just horrible. You're just gonna have a terrible life with debt, and and then in 20 years you'll be driving that. You'll still be driving that really old Corolla. I mean, it's not good. So those are my tips to help set goals in your 20s and 30s. I hope it was helpful. Just make sure not to have debt. That's the biggest thing. Make sure not to have debt. It's a good idea to invest. No debt. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good day.